Okay, today's date is today's date is the 3rd of February 2026. Basically, I'm autistic. I have autism, ADHD, Asperger's, and a mild disability. So this is just important to make for me. Open GitHub.com. Basically, I think myself on my GitHub account, github.com / Earth Oscar, B for Bravo, I for Indigo, and E for Echo, X for X-ray, you know, U for S for Sarah, OB Nexus, E for page, I'm trying to still create my website, but I'm still working on Singapore to go. So if I'm going to have a formula before it is going down. Gotta use this model of woman to man ratio. A woman, a young girl, a woman is a young girl is a type of woman. An adolescent girl, a teenage girl, is a type of woman, is a kind of woman. But it's half a kind of woman. So you get a girl, young girl is it's just a type of woman. An adolescent girl is a kind. An adolescent girl is half a woman, which is really half a kind of woman. A fully grown woman, 18 years old, 15 years old, is a fully grown woman is a woman. An adult woman is a woman. Heterogeneous homogeneous model of genotype phenotype. This video is very focused on open sensory infrastructure for women by one man. Especially unilateral means there's no shared consensus. No bipartisan. There's just one entity doing a unilateral. Geometric spatial. Geometric basically. Geometric spatial sense. Let me get the article here. But the goal is to have a lattice. So basically, the women's senses are the foundation of OBNS's framework for distress. When a woman is hurt, you can understand that a woman is hurt, first, and affects women first. And basically, if you're gonna be hurt, you're gonna be dead. Doesn't matter the system. If a woman is suffering, you are already in half totally. Everything works in half in so if a woman is half suffering, half suffering, that means they are half not suffering. They are half okay with them. If a woman is fully suffering, that means they are in distress and you're about to die. So basically, it's gonna work in kind of a arrangement of system. So let's go on my OBNS's Pandora's initiative, leading women, a woman that lead women. But I'm a woman from a man, so that's kind of to get women to do their own stuff. Give women autonomy in BFRN constitution model. But women, I have Pandoras in UK. I have friends, women here, but I would say that my Pandoras because they have oral self. So this is the Pandora initiative, P for Papa, A for Alpha, F for Number, D for Delta, O for Orange, R for Romeo, A for Alpha. It's Pandora's initiative. Basically, women are Pandora's my favorite. All women, young girls are Pandora. They are not, basically, I'm basing this on the Greek phenotype model. Greeks, obviously, I'm from Nigeria, so we had Greek mythology there. And we had, based on frame reference, and we got Calabash people. So basically, we have most of the thing in Igbo come from Calabash people. Calabar people. They are the foundation of Igbo, but they work. We have Greek mythology and the foundation of Greeks. A lot of Greek stories there, a lot of Greek influences, and Roman numerals. We have the Romans there. The Romans were very oppressive, but those are the foundation of a whole new system. I'm bringing the whole thing from the past. You can understand the thing I'm saying to you because we had the Greeks and the Romans. The Romans were kind of good traders with us, but we didn't have any problem with them, and the kind of fighting aspect of them. But we had Greek as well, so we never had with Greeks. So those are things. That's how Igbo came about as the Latin language. We had insipidity, but after insipidity was anything happened to insipidity. We had the language insipidity, root language, N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo. B for Bravo, I for India, D for Delta, I for Indigo. That's basically a Niger Congo root language. You get Insibidi and you get Kwa lang, Kwa language, basically to rebuild women. This is Pandora's initiative, rebuilding women. Pandora, P for Papa, Alpha, F Alpha, D for Delta, O for Orange, Alpha Romeo, F Alpha, which is basically the God dream rule. So this is basically open motor, get basically motor neuron, basically able to move first, able to move first before you can act. Basically able to act first before you are told you get open sense, basically the sense environment via basically two monitor systems. So this is basically a GPS system of Unilateral geometric spatial model. Basically, it's a global positioning system for action for sensory infrastructure. Basically, it's basically a calibration, chemical unilateral calibration for women only. Basically, it doesn't matter what the system is, like a lattice. There's a German place where there's a woman and a man, but I'm going to focus on women now. So, how does it work in practice? So, I'm gonna have to tell you how it's. So, I'm gonna demonstrate how it's. Practically, you're gonna have two main ideas. You're gonna have dimensional rotation based on longitudinal model and longitudinal. So longitude is probably that. So does that look like this is what see how enter people's minds? So I'm here. Say my center 0, 0. We share a center of 0, 0. This is my center, but this is my neutral space. Now this room, now this space here, this space here, space of standing. So this is a relative space. It's a framework of this the relative space. Zero restrictions to mine, zero, mine, no, mine, nothing, yours, nothing, no. But I just repeat my place of being, belonging. This room, this space here, this space under. I'm giving the model properly. So, where this is, let's say, where this shit is still safe. Where this shit is, so, this is what so if I'm trying to go to a woman's mind, a woman has, half rotation, and basically you have to go. Basically, you have to go left. So basically, two left makes one right. Two left rotations, two left spaces makes one right. So for example, that's what minus three. But I'm using half the power. So two left has the power. So basically, if two left has the power and one right. Very important is that so you have mixed up conception, but I know this is what's basically the GPS system, global position system. You know, if you know the gimbal system, a gimbal system, you're gonna have half rotation. So you're gonna have again, but you're gonna have so for example, so let's say here I take tell this works properly. Here I'm facing north, east, south, and west. West, which is that way. So I'm facing north right now. I'm polarized. So that means if I have an action go north. So a woman has half the rotation. Basically, let me think. She's gonna have one full walk. She's gonna have half a walk. So if I want to go to Muslim, I have to take half a walk. Now half a walk, which direction? West. Is it east? No. Half a walk inverse bearing. So basically, you can have half a walk inverse. So I have to face. So I turn right. I turn left. I'm not facing south. Now this south is basically I'm not correct at all. So my chair is not facing south. So now I take south. Now I take south. Now I can only do that or rotate my dimension. So rotate my lattice. My lattice space is now we understand. Say I have two lattices. So I have one facing north, one facing the polar overspace, basically. One facing I'm not facing now I'm facing west. So I'm now facing west, strong west. And I'm pretty sure this works, so and then I take so I sorry what no, basically, I took two walks forward. I took two walks. I took two walks. Let's say two steps forward. Now, two steps forward is basically a step. Two steps forward basically represents half of power. So basically, I use half my energy, half power to go forward. So I go half power. And I turn right, and I turn, and then I have a spin. I don't spin around. I change my left something. This pointer, so this is why I change that. It's still polarized. Now I basically this is why I point to this is because I'm so basically this chair represents point up to a dimension. So basically this chair is where I'm wrong. So if I want to go to a woman's mind, per se, basically to the of women's minds, I have to polarize south. I have to polarize north, east, south. I have to polarize west. Because basically the center is basically west. The sun is in the east and center west. So I'm now facing west. So if I'm facing west, I my pointer, which is a chair, is like a standing up. Basically, if I stand up, I walk up and facing west. So the pointer is literally sort of something that you can point to north, east, south. So pointing west, pointing west. Now I take 2 steps forward. Now, I now have my pointer point west. Now, my pointer will roll into me, So that means I'm going to power after 2 steps forward. I'm using the energy I have to take 2 steps forward. Now, 2 steps forward is a little push. Now, if I have one more push, I can do more push. So I have one more push. So firstly, I'm facing north now. Now, first I'm facing west. Now my pointer just recalibrating. So this calibration, the pointer is calibration. So this matter what I spin the pointer. Visit. The way this is the perception model. See, the perception model of the brain. You don't even need the perception model. Just do it. You can compute the perception model. You don't want for everyone. So that's the problem there. So you need the perception pointer or 3 pointers. So if you have 3 pointers, 3 pointers facing north. I am the actual action. So the pointer does the pointing. Say I have a pointer, 3 chairs here, and these 3 chairs have half. So basically, this chair points half. So if I'm the this pointer points north, part of the phone, and this one points north. The other one points east. So this chair can point east of it. Say this headphone is a pointer. And it's on the chair, and this chair is now facing. So this pointer, so you get half a pointer, but you don't get more than half. This is half, and just a half pointer. So this half pointer points to half the geometric space. So basically, it does the half, and this one does a quarter. So this is on the bed, but basically pointing northeast. It's pointing east because it's pointing east. This has a basically the pointing east is basically for so it's pointing east. Can I use because you get the pi of 2, you get pi over 4, you get pi over 3. So pi over 3 will pointing go with for guys will pointing east. So the point is, so this headset is now east, but they have to spin. They have to have quantum spin. So the quantum spin will basically become Bell's state. So you're trying to accumulate a Bell state equivalent. These are 2 pointers. We need 3 pointers for the consensus. So you're gonna have another pointer. So let's say the pointer I'm gonna have is this removed here. So you're gonna have this removed. So you're gonna have one facing north. This is not gonna point anywhere, this is something else. Headset is gonna go. So this is my phone. So it's a GPS. So I have my phone, so this is the headset pointing northeast and north with half a spin. This phone pointing east with half a quarter spin. Simply, this is pointing east. You're gonna have the last one point in the orthogonal direction. So you're gonna have latitude, longitude, and altitude. So this removes the point R. This is a point. This is the point of either. Basically, this point. This is the cross product of a 2x3 vector in geometrical spatial space. So you can have figures. You can have latitudinal, longitudinal, basically longitudinal or longitudinal. So this point will point in my main direction. If I am facing north part of 4, the part of 4 is literally facing one way. That's a chair, and this removes. Let's say this removes point east. It's not pointing east. It's not pointing east. This point, and then you get one more, which on the last can point in the basically you have to work on the orthogonal. You're gonna have the three. The geometry space is 3D. You're gonna model the 3D geometry system. So basically, the very first example, for every X, Y, Z, there's one pointer pointing to a system. And these are the poles, like compass and needles. So let's call them needles. The pointers are the needles. So basically, because the needles are pointing in kind of a geometry space, you're gonna have X, Y, Z. So you're gonna have a longitudinal, longitudinal, altitude. So you're gonna have a longitudinal altitude, longitudinal altitude. So you're gonna have the phone point up to measure space and time. But you're gonna have them rotate on a gimbal kind of system. So you're going to have the geometry space marked out. So this is how the talk about. So very important is that half rotation double the space, double the power. So half rotation, double the power. That's what I'm saying. You can have you can have half of double the power. So to double the power means 2 steps forward. Half rotation, clockwise. Clockwise will be on one's mind. So this is so listen. Now when a point is resolved, then I get the sensory. I guess the sensory measurement. So basically, this is a calibration system. So I get a sensory measurement. So then I have the time to real to doesn't matter the program. This is again because it's calibrator. So this is what I'm using. If I'm calibrating for the mind, it will work like this stuff. Work like this. So for example, say I'm placing node pilot 4. Pilot now. So basically I can have half rotation clockwise. But I don't rotate clockwise. I'm using my dimension. So basically, if I have rotation clockwise, I'm talking about my pointer moving clockwise. So because I'm pointing north right now, half rotation will be my north pointer facing south. East. So if this faces east, that means my north pointer is facing east. Now, so other pointer will have to rotate too because it's basically both the 90 degrees angle. Basically, the first button rules. Basically, gonna have this was facing. So if this was facing north, if this was facing pilot 2 or east, it will now face south. But we keep the same orthogonality at the right angle, facing south. And then my phone will be pointing west. So basically west, and this will make the will be like this. So this one will be pointing south, and this one will be pointing west, but like this. So these are 3 pointers here. But they have, of course, this has a quarter half spin for next time. This has a quarter spin. So this will be a quarter spin. You get half spin here. You get a quarter spin. You get an 8 spin, 1 divided by 8. Which is 1 divided by 8. And that will be, so this one's facing, this one's facing up here. This is facing up here. And this will be a new place that this is my 0. This one's saying, this one's mine. Place, it's a perceptive calibrator. So it's basically a person for women's sensory infrastructure because this will help women, the Pandora system. So this model the computer is using is kind of work at kind of polar rules of needles. So think of it as a compass. So basically the compass is what's the matters here. So you can have a standard. So the dimension is the lattice, and the lattice can rotate. You can rotate the lattice based on your frame of reference to the lattice. In the lattice. So basically, you have half rotation, half enlargement. So the enlargement is what you're gonna do: half rotation and half enlargement. And you're gonna have half a scoop. So mathematically, this works. Let me just show you guys. So here I have. So this is now facing north. This is now facing east. It doesn't matter where I am. Doesn't matter where the persons are typing. Basically, if I'm moving around computer, the language will be on rotation. It's a perceptive model. So doesn't matter what the color is or color is. I'm saying. It's all the same for us. We'll observe the same color. You can have like a color coding that does that, but it's a genomic color coding. Basically, doesn't matter what color I'm observing. We are seeing the same thing at the same time. That's we go. But it's because you're unilateral. Unless you move away from the screen or something like that. But basically, don't know how far away you are. So basically, I am the actual actor. By the actor, I mean the person in control. So basically, because my computer, which completes the needles, face east, south, or west. My needle faces east. This literally says that my consciousness is my action has not changed because my action has changed. And my 3 points in the rule. So 3 points. So you can have the points what I can like a geometric space, kind of a system of geometric space. What's the time now? So to go to have a mathematical model that does this. Let me try and build one up right now. So you're gonna have 3 states. You have 3. It's a stable system that gives you 3 states. And the 3 states are in half. Let me just go there and try to give you the main framework for it. Let me my prop. I want to consider my prop. So my prop is my chair, my phone, and my iPad. So you're gonna have a Staless protocol. Let me try to be here. And let me see if you can see me. So my toilet's a mess. So no toilet, guys. So you're gonna have three. You're gonna have three main things you're gonna do. You're gonna have part 1/2, 1/4, and 1/8, and it was a quantum space. If you have to do one because of a quantum measurement, I can have pi over 4, pi over 2, pi over 3, pi over 2, and pi. And I have north, east, south, and west. Now, north and west are basically the longitudinal means the weapon, longitudinal GPS coordinate system, GPS, geospatial planning systems, and they're trying to map out a bearing of 0. So the weapon comes with bearings, and the bearing has three rules. Measure in three numbers. Like you have basically you have to rotate clockwise. Clockwise, you have to measure in three numbers, like three numbers, three numbers degrees. And then what's space clockwise, bearing, and so action pointers, axis of pointers. So the measure system of you have three dimensions. You have a rotation constant, but the persistent is section. Everybody do that. Any action, but some people is stainless, not still. So it doesn't spiral. It doesn't spiral. It's kind of spiral. So you're gonna have and how the one is active and it's fast. So the model is stateless. Stateless. That means it doesn't preserve context. Stateless. No context preserved. You know, no context, meaning no context, no drift. Because of context, no there's no context, there's no information preserved. There's no meaning preserved in the system. That's stateless. And you have staleness, which is basically active and sparse. So this is why we use basically, acting means you have an observer, actor model, actor model as a separation column. That means acting, it knows what it's doing. It's not passive, it knows what to do. And you have, in other words, you have active, you're gonna have staleness. You're gonna have staleness. So you're gonna have stateless. Still, that means the system preserves the food that will go building, still bread, still S for sugar, T for tango, E for alpha, L for lima, E for echo, alpha lima again, E for echo, S for but still means that it can expire. A session can expire. So the status means it never expires. It basically goes to infinity of -1. It goes to the baby axis. So it goes to infinity of -1. So it holds -1 indefinitely. So basically, it doesn't. It just holds a number, holds a pointer, holds maybe indefinitely. So until resolve states, until something resolves the user. Basically, the function. So the second function for if this woman is acting on the computer, and the computer kind of give fatigue to the hands. It will update its vectors. It will update for the woman in no time. As you don't get fatigued. Basically, for sensory fatigue model. So we have. I have also a typical woman has 5 + 5, 10 human rights, which minimum, and you get it at your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your taste buds, and your touch, your sense of touch. So 5 senses that everyone has, but everyone has a 5 + 5. So basically, 5 senses they can act on. 5 senses they can act on, and 5 senses they can't act on. That's why 5 senses you can act on, 5 senses you can't. That's 10 human rights. So, for example, if you have presented half of that, if you have 1 human right and you present half of that, because you're presenting half of that would be half human rights. And that means you lose half the other human rights. Half plus half is a half, so you can lose half the human rights. But the space rotates. The space is geometric and it rotates. So this part it works on kind of the 4 geometric space: rotation, enlargement, reflection, and translation. That's the 4 main systems. Rotation, enlargement, maybe concept of geometry is the geometric sensory system. It may sound kind of intuitive, guys, but that's how my systems work. The kind of more systems. I'm trying to for perceptual system. So you get half. You know, half, scale, a quarter, 4, 8. So if I have half of them, if I have a number, let's say the number is 2.5. I'm now existing in two. I'm now operating on 2.5G. Now 2.5G. If I have 5, and I'm operating in 2.5 dimension. If I have the five, this 5 represents dimension, and I have the dimension 2.5, or times the dimension, and I have 5 dimension 2.5, and then to go into dimension, I have to double. I have to, because I'm really operating on that dimension. I'm really active. I'm really in that dimension. I can't leave. I have to leave. Enlarge myself. So I have to use double the power to go back into that dimension, go back to my 5D reality, and that would be me teleporting, me transcending. So that's how I know. So for example, 2.5 times and I scale and I do a enlargement of my dimension, myself, via teleporter, 2.5 times 2.5, 2.5 times 2.5, 2.5 times 2. I get 5, and that 2 represents a rotation. So there's a rotation or transformation or translation of properties that basically I rotate the lattice. I move the lattice. So that's about so you get to think of this magnificently, and that's what I'm saying. Because you know what I'm talking about. So you're gonna have for me you're gonna have half 1/2 is if I have a dimension. This is what I would do dimension is. Dimension is x, y, z spin, like altitude. Longitudinal altitude. That is the so longitude if it's longitude so if I go longitudinal, if I go if I rotate pi over 4 and I do an altitudinal rotation, so altitudinal rotation will be a longitudinal rotation, calculated rotation of pi over 4. If I rotate from north, if I rotate to pi over 3, and that's a pointer rotation to pi over 3, that means I have a displacement in the dimension of after rotation. If I have pi over 3 and I have these are 2 pointers to 3 systems. 2 over 3, 5 over 3, and then I do a rotation. I do an enlargement. I have to do enlarge my view, my peripherals, which are my binomial peripherals. So listen, pi over 3 is what I'm facing now from pi over 2, but this is already pre-configured. Basically, because the calendar is already pre-configured. So basically, this is what I'm going to use, whether it's a touch screen or not. I have from pi over 4, I've gone to pi over 3, and now I'm facing south. Now this south basically around me to east. I'm now facing east. Pi over 3. Now I do pi over 3 rotation, reflection. Basically, I can reflect. Basically, go reflection. So you get reflection. So this is not what you do. The mind of woman's mind basically work on reflection too. So I have to rotate and reflect one angle, one axis. So reflect my dreams. So reflection of me, this woman. Basically, it's genotype, phenotype. So genetic structures are make up phenotype. So you gotta have the mind. We can see what women can in what type. It's not really something, but it's basically observing what the arrangement of the system is. So you gotta have pi over 3. Now, pi over 3 is rotation. Now, the bearing is basically south. South will be double the power south will be 2 times 1. 2 times 1 will be 2. 2 times the power. Now, 2 times the power represents a displacement of 2 units in a dimension. So that would be like your scale of 50 is 1. You can have so for the space you have a space of a polar space of pi over 4 90 degrees. This 90 degrees becomes 180 degrees 1 degrees front. So I see 100 degrees, but this pi over 4 becomes pi over 3. Pi over 3 will be pre-configured, and that will be from pi over 4 to pi over 3 facing east, and this east will become east 180 from 90 degrees. So if I have a 90 degrees rotation, I'm facing it. So I'm going to have map to 0, 0 to find the common middle. This is a micro sequence, but the shared common middle. And common middle is basically a centric Staless infrastructure. Basically what's the kind of like so now I'm facing south. south with the rotation with four properties. Rotation, let's say I rotated 90 degrees, but 90 degrees, but 90 degrees doubles, so that becomes automatically half square. I did half spin. I did one. Now go instead of 180. Now 180 has an altitude. Basically the altitude will be x, y, z. Latitude will be inverse tan of 1 divided by pi over 3, 1 divided by pi over 3, and 1 divided by 180, and that'll be two outputs, so that'll be resultant vectors. Now, those are vectors between 3 points. So you're gonna have things perceptive model of the system of geometric partial space because they work on geometric lattice. The lattice is basically a union, a disjoint, and an intersection that they all share. Thank you guys for watching this video.